Hi, it's really hot, and I am recording these in bulk, so I have to keep um, turning the fans in my room off to record and then turning them back on to edit. Um, so that's fun for me. Multi-character syndrome is what I call someone who is either very indecisive or disinterested in their character, or simply wants to throw out their current character for a new one. This player, Albert, has a very strong case of it. Out of all the players in my game, he's gone through 3 characters so far, and that's not because I've killed his previous characters off, while everyone else is still on their first. That's not including other games he's been a part of in the past. He goes through more characters than a shower drain catches hair, and as soon as he's bored with them, they're cast into the wind, long forgotten in the annals of time and soda-stained character sheets. Recently I sat Albert down and discussed of his terrible table etiquette, and told him if he wants to be more involved, he should pay attention. And if he refuses, I can and will kick him from the table, as much as I hate seeing a player leave. However, since our last session, he recently asked me a few questions about the lore of the world. I love it when players ask these kind of questions. So, how exactly does magic work in this world again? I know you mentioned it before, but could you explain it? His message said. Naturally, I do. To spare you the details, magic basically runs on souls, and actual real magic is almost non-existent, except wielded by elves and dwarves before the Great War, or other sparse instances. And that's more or less the bulk of what I told him, too. That's when he starts going on about a character he wants to create. Warlock. Ordinarily, I don't mind helping my players build characters, but, and this is a big one, I know the moment that I start getting my book and lore out, he's going to drop his current character like a bad habit and insist on playing his new character. Plus, I didn't want to sit through the grueling tedium of going over my notes with him and help him flesh the idea out when he's just going to drop it for another character he wants to play. So I did what I thought was right and shut him down hard. I told him, no. You're not going to be playing this character. You can roll his stats, but you're playing Thorgar. The party is already large enough, and I'm not implementing more. Not to mention, just from the implications of his questions, he sounds like he's trying to create another wannabe edgelord Giga Chad Mary Sue, who can be the only complex character in the game. Yeah, no. You already got a character, the party is already fairly large, and every other character is just as important. You're not the only one in the party. I'd rather write some lore or story beats about good characters than try and come up with something that you're just going to throw away as soon as they come to the table. Not unless it's your kind of development. So, here's the thing. If you know me, I suppose you could say that I have multi-character syndrome. This is something I've been trying to deal with in recent years because I don't like it. I don't exactly know what Albert's situation is and how he feels about it, but personally I understand, as a DM myself, I understand that having to completely rewrite story beats and things like that for certain players and characters and things like that, you can get really into it, and then if the character dies, then it's pretty shitty. And in my main group, the people in my main group seem to like my characters. Like, pretty much all of my characters are very well enjoyed, and the DMs tend to get into, creating character beats for my characters, but I tend to lose interest in them. And I'm trying to combat that, like I said, but it's really difficult because it kind of became something of a habit. I've gotten to a point where in any campaign, even if I really like my character and don't want to change them out, when they go down, I beg and pray to whatever is listening to me for that character to just fucking die on the spot. Like, right there. And that's not good, and I understand that that's not good, and I don't like doing that. Um, Again, I don't know what Albert's situation is, but as someone who deals with this, I'm kind of a little bit more empathetic, sympathetic, whatever the word would be, towards this, to an extent. Again, there's a lot of different people. I personally do it because I have things that are not great with me, when it comes to that sort of stuff. I don't know about Albert. Albert could be one of those people who is just doing it because he doesn't give a shit. I care. I do. There are a lot of DMs that I very much love, and I like playing with and stuff like that. Um, I just have a hard time, like, focusing on a character sometimes, like, because I can love the world and RP and interacting with the characters and stuff like that and the players, but I can't find out where the need to change out characters all the time comes from. I every time I think of a reason, it's not satisfying enough, or it just doesn't, like, understanding that reason doesn't make me stop doing it. Um, if you have any thoughts on this, put them down in the comments below. Same for if you have any advice, because advice is what I need. That's a big thing. That's something that I've been dealing with since I started playing D&D for the most part. Like, that's something I have a problem with, and I want to fix it very badly. So, um, like and subscribe, do all the good things, and I'll see you next video.